Hey y'all, good morning, happy Wednesday. It is your girl Mystic. You are back on my channel. Today I have a bit of a small road trip to go on. I have a work conference that I need to go to. Well, it was voluntary, not mandatory, but I decided why not go, because coincidentally the work conference is in my hometown. If you know where I'm from, you know where I'm going. So my whole family still lives there, and I haven't been home in quite a while. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kill two birds with one stone. See my grandma, see my aunts, see a couple cousins, all the things, as well as go handle business for work. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me. We're gonna start that road trip. The trip is nothing over 2 hours, because first off, I don't even like to drive. If you know me, if I'm driving over 15 minutes, I'm already over it. But it's not over 2 hours. It's not a super long drive. The conference doesn't start till 1. I should get there at least a little bit before noon, and then I don't check into my hotel till later that day. So we're just gonna go do that. I'll show you, places where baby Mystic used to be at when I was in the streets, when I was in the hood. Some of y'all can't believe that I was a street runner, but indeed I was. So you're gonna learn a little bit about me, and of course we're gonna do a topic of the day. But let's go get some vlogging done. Let's go. All right, we made it to the T. Welcome to my hood. This is actually the street that I grew up on. We're on the way to my Gmaw's house. I'm going to show you my old house in just a second. This is the north side, baby. Yeah. So this house right here is the house that I grew up in. We'll have to talk about it another time. And then I actually did go to this little school on the corner for a little second. But let's go see my grandma.
I need to go to a class. I need to add this stuff down, and I need to add it across.
So I pulled up on my Gmail. If you know her, you know she's always at the church. She's the secretary of my church. This couple that I'm pointing out right there was the pastor when I was a little girl up until high school, until the pastor passed away.
When you take it off, then pull it off.
You gonna do the other side?
Huh?
I said you gonna do the other side.
Well, it's not sticking out, just in case.
I was about to say, you want a uniform?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just in case it decides to go off on its own.
Ooh. Thank you. This is the church that I grew up in. I have so many fond memories of this church dinners, church outings, church friends, after church activities, children's church, choir practice, Bible study weekends, so many fun things. I enjoyed my church experience. I grew up in a very Black Christian Baptist household, and I will not tell a lie, I enjoyed my time. So there's stuff in here too. Everything is a little different. I don't remember certain things being there. This definitely wasn't here, but we're gonna have to talk about that on another video, okay? The closet's empty. I said, are the closets empty? I was about to say, is the robe still in here? I'm trying. I said I'm trying. It was some hangers and stuff. Oh, some clothes over there. Ooh, we this chalkboard old. I said, ooh, we this chalkboard is old.
When you hear when we made the kids little stuff like this?
That was after my time.
You remember this part there.
I mean, I remember having little robes, but them ain't the robes we had.
You remember these?
Yeah, we wore the blue ones. These little silky ones, we didn't wear those. My church is definitely not how I left it as a kid, but it's okay. It's still standing tall. Now, we'll check back in with my Gmail later, but let me go clock into this work conference. And then let me go do what I need to do so I can go back to my family and get some food. Jafiz not eat me, honey. Yeah. I don't know whose idea it was to have us at the casino. And let me tell you, I did see some of them people in the casino, but I ain't no snitch. But they didn't say we couldn't go to the casino. But yeah, let's go ahead and check this hotel out. I've never been here as far as like being in here. So this is about to be my first time ever in the hotel room. What I will say is I don't really care for hotels that don't be having a fridge in your room and a microwave. Like, I feel like these are necessities. Maybe in certain rooms they had it, but it wasn't in my room, and I sure did have leftovers and snacks and things that my granny, left me with. And I couldn't even warm the bad boys up. I mean, in the casino area, there was a random place that had a microwave. Don't know why the casino had a microwave, but I wasn't going to go all the way into that smoke-filled casino just to warm some food up. So I just kept my little leftovers to myself, honey. But this is the room. Real cutesy, real demure, nothing crazy. You got what you need. You got a bed. You got somewhere to lay your head at night. You got a shower. You got a toilet. You got a life to keep going. And one thing I am going to enjoy is this hotel AC. I don't know. The hotel AC just hit a little different. You sleep better at night. The beds just feel a little better. It just be feeling good. You can't go wrong with a nice little hotel stay. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I am only going to be here for is it 3 days, 2 nights? Whatever that is. We'll figure it out. But I've never put no clothes in any of these things. Do you put clothes in the dressers and drawers? I don't ever get that comfortable at a hotel. But for y'all that do, I am absolutely ecstatic for y'all. You better take it all in. Take in the resources. Yeah, there ain't another view because this hotel is borderline in the country. Ducked off. I remember when this hotel area was nothing but woods and grass. There wasn't no street. There wasn't no sidewalk. And here it is, a whole building on that plot of land. Okay. This is the dress that I put on just to go to the first day of the conference because it's really just a check-in and a couple of little sessions. And this is as business casual as it's gonna get today. I'll try again and do better the next day, but I'm satisfied with this. Just something real quick, real easy to throw on and wait and chill until it's time for me to be active and go hang out with my coworkers and then go hang out with my Gmail and my family. Yeah. Welcome to Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're at the Osage Casino. I've never been to the Osage Casino as I am from Tulsa, but I've never been here. My daddy used to work here when I was a little girl. He used to do security here at the casino, but I've never actually been inside this casino. We have several casinos in Oklahoma. If you know, you know, and you know who runs those casinos. The good old Native American people, okay? So, you know, y'all enjoy giving y'all money to those people. I'm gonna keep my money in my pocket. But here's the room. Here's where I will be for the next couple of days, okay? And yeah, we're gonna see my family and all of the things. Okay. Now, this is the first official day of the conference where I'll be doing stuff from like 8 all the way to like 5. So I'm just getting up, getting my mind right, getting myself together. I'm more business casual. Today, I'm about to meet my coworkers for breakfast. I kind of stayed up a little bit longer than intended the night before. And I won't say that I'm a morning person, but I won't say that I'm not a morning person either. Like, I know how to get up. I know how to be functional, but don't mean that I'm going to be happy about it. I will probably have a slight little attitude, especially if I didn't get all the rest I needed, you know, the previous day. Now, if I took the time to go to bed at a decent time, then, you know, I'm Superwoman. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can hold me back. But it's just something about not going to sleep on time that literally throws off your next 24 hours. Like, how is the past throwing off your future? I don't know. Y'all will have to tell me. But yeah, my poor little face. I had every intentions on doing my makeup, but I was getting myself together. I said, baby, I really don't have it today. You better be lucky that I'm even here pulling up for real. Like, I think I pulled up at the last minute to even get a tray of breakfast. Like, and I didn't even intend on being that early. Like, I was just really struggling that morning. And it's not that I even did nothing crazy. Like, I just talked to y'all on live. It was a good little time. You know, we always listen to some music, talk about stuff every once in a while. I run my mouth. Y'all let me run my mouth and y'all laugh at me and hee hee ha ha. But that night in particular, I be playing music. And I feel like I be playing some hits from oldies to new stuff. Like, I be playing some little bangers. Everybody be asking for my playlist, and I have started a playlist because people be bullying me into making a playlist. And there was a girl that had the nerve to come in my live and say that she hates every song that I play, and she had to comment because I'm finally playing a good song, right? And so I want you to know the song in question that was being played at that time was Ja Rule, Living It Up. And I just know you lying. You can't be serious. That is your king. That is who you're going hard for. And I know you're thinking to yourself, the Living It Up song, you know, it has such a upbeat, motivational tempo. You think that the lyrics are banging. I urge you, I dare you, I implore you to go look at the lyrics for Ja Rule, Living It Up. He is calling them 304s and telling them girls to suck his all throughout the song. There's nothing motivational within that song. So I was just highly confused that that was her song. But this is what we're working with, and let's go get our day started so we can make this a quick little easy breezy beautiful cover girl weekend, because I'm ready to be home and go to my own bed. Gotta record my own bed. So I asked my grandma to make me a pound cake, and then my auntie, she needed to make me a sweet potato pie, and then she blessed the game and also made me a little slice of a chocolate sheet cake. So, you know, I picked up all of my little sweets, desserts, and meals from my family, and I am here for it. They did what they needed to do, and that's exactly what I needed before it is time for me to get back on the road and head on home, baby. welcome back. It is your girl Mystic, and you are back watching my channel, and I'm assuming that you're here to be entertained, so let me entertain you. What are we going to talk about today, you would ask? Well, today's topic, or the topic of the week, is when do you know you should start taking somebody seriously? I'm just going to take you through my list as a woman that is strict, as a woman who I've been through a lot, so I know what I'm expecting. I know what I'm looking for. I know all of the things that I feel like I want in a partner. So let's just talk about how you do that. I say it all the time. I feel like it is a blessing and a curse to know what you want, because I don't know about y'all, but as a Capricorn who likes to be somewhat organized chaos if you can't tell, who likes to be organized and who likes to create lists and set boundaries and all of these things, like making lists are just super important to me. So why would I stop when it comes to a partnership? So I get fixated on that list, and sometimes that's a good thing and sometimes it's a bad thing. But it's just like, I know what I want. I know how I want my person to show up for me. I know how I want my person to look. I know how I want my person to treat me. I know how I want it to feel. So every time that I am dating someone on a serious note, not no casualness, not on just no physicalness, not on no I just want to have fun, but I am intentionally dating a woman, trying to see if she is for me and I am for she. I'm pulling out that list mentally. After first days, after conversations on the phone, after 30 days together, I'm reevaluating all the time. Are you matching up with what I'm needing in a partner? Are there some things on the list you're struggling with that I can work with? Are there things on the list that you don't do at all? My list is important to me, and everybody's list is going to be different. So let's start off with how I even pick if I see something with a woman for real. So the first for me is, of course, physical attraction. I can't move forward with you if I am not physically attracted to you. And if looks and all of that don't matter to you, God bless you, my sister. Amen to you. But they are important to me. If I'm not physically attracted to you, I'm probably not going to be mentally attracted to you. And I need both. I don't want one without the other. Everybody wants to say, okay, well, at least they have a good heart. Just, live off that alone. All right, I can't kiss somebody that just got a good heart. I don't want to go on dates with somebody that just has a good heart. I don't want to get in the bed with somebody who just has a good heart. Those type of interactions feel forced. And then on the flip side, if I am super physically attracted to them, but not mentally attracted to them, I'm getting turned off as well. Like, oh my gosh, she can't hold a conversation. All she can do is, what you doing me to death? How are you to death? She doesn't talk about anything of substance. We're watching movies together, and it's the most simplest of movies, and the plot of the movie goes over her head each time we watch a movie together. I'm always having to break something down, explain something to her. Or, oh my gosh, she's so fine, but why is she so mean? Why her way of flirting with me is to talk down to me and make a little joke and pick at me. Like, she doesn't have any kind words to say to me. Like, these are all things that I'm paying attention to, that I'm looking at. But first and foremost for me, I have to feel physically attracted to somebody. So that's number one. So I'm not gonna go all into depth of what I'm physically attracted to, but there is a certain body type that I'm into. Well, I would say there's like 3 body types that I'm into. Only thing I'm gonna say about that personally, for me, judge me if you want to, but when it comes to size, body size in the relationship, I can be the only big one. That's just my personal preference. So take that information and run with it how you will, however you want to spin that, look at that. But there can only be one of us bigger ones, one of us huskier ones, one of us fluffier ones, and I volunteer as tribute. So I feel like that answers that on that. So as far as physical wise, body type matters to me. Your height matters to me. How much you make matters to me. Where you live. If you smoke all day, you don't smoke. You drink all day, you don't drink. Your personal habits. Do you go to the gym? Do you not take care of yourself health-wise? Is your hair never done? You never put on real clothes. All you own is gym clothes. Physical-wise. So there's so many things physical-wise that I'm just like, okay, these are important things to me. I don't want somebody that smokes 24/7. Honestly, I really don't care to date people that smoke, but I feel like that's one of those needle in a haystack type of situations. Like, I really don't care to date anyone with kids. I really don't care to date anyone who has been married previously. Like, certain things that are just super non-negotiable. Well, the people that have been divorced have been sliding under the radar with me lately, and I think when I start dating again, I'm going back to being strict on that. I'm still strict about the no kids thing. I haven't dated somebody with kids since 2019. I ain't looked back at that and changed my mind yet, so I'm dead on set on nobody with kids. The smoking thing, it's a trauma thing, it's a triggering thing, as I grew up with a person who did have substance abuse issues. Like, certain things are just triggering to me. So again, it's a needle in a haystack, because at this point, who don't smoke, who don't do this, who don't do that. So even when it comes to people that smoke, and I'm being lenient towards dating people that smoke, now I'm mentally evaluating how much time you're taking out of your day smoking. Like, you literally have to do it when you wake up, before you go to sleep, before you go to work, before you go to Walmart. Like, your big toe hurt, so you needed to smoke. Your eyes wouldn't wake up all the way, so you needed to smoke. You miss your grandma, so you needed to smoke. Like, these type of things are things that I take account of mentally, because again, it's triggering to me, so I already have my bias towards it. My thing is, I would rather see how somebody lives, how they act, and see if we can come together. I don't want you to be perfect. I don't want you to do all the things on my little rule book. I want you to be authentically you. But just because you're authentically you doesn't mean that it will work well with me. I say this all the time as far as like dating goes. I don't want to change people. I don't want me being my authentic self to disrupt you being your authentic self, and vice versa. Like, for example, I'm an introvert, yes, but I have extroverted tendencies sometimes. Sometimes I do want to talk and make friends and try new places and da-da-da. And I've dated a mix of both, of introverted and extroverted women. But it seems like the introverted women that I date are usually 10 times more introverted than me. Like, they truly only want to be in the house. And I love being in the house, don't get me wrong. My house, my house, my house all day long. My comfort zone, my area. But I'm like, it's a pretty day outside. I want to go outside. Versus I could be with somebody that's 10 times more introverted than me, and they're just like, I'll just look out the window, that's enough. So I've had partners that have been more introverted than me, and then I will say, okay, I want to go out and do something today. Like, let's go to a bar. I want to have some drinks. I want to dance a little bit. I want to feel a vibe. Of course, they want to hang out with me, and they want to spend time with me, and they want me to be happy, so they'll oblige, even though that's not something that they really care to do. So then we're at the bar, I'm taking my shots, I'm getting my dance on, and you are just looking terrified and uninterested and annoyed the whole night. And then I start feeling bad to myself, like, here I am enjoying myself and having a good time, and you look so uncomfortable. Now I don't feel right about having a good time. So again, it's really important for me to see how you move, and does it work well with how I move, or we just need to move completely separate apart. So for me, number one, I'll start off with my physical attraction, evaluating the outside exterior things first, things that are visible to me, as far as your looks, things that are visible to me as far as like your schedule, how that aligns with my life, me starting to be able to pay attention to your personality traits. Are you angry? Are you loyal? Are you this? Are you that? And so once I feel like I've spent enough time with you to where I'm just like, you either are on a similar path as me, or these things that you're doing are close to the things that I kind of like doing. Or, you know, maybe there's some things that maybe I have 10 or 12 things on my list, and maybe there's 2 or 3 things that the person is struggling with, and okay, maybe I could work with that or attempt to work with that. If there's not going to be any progress on those 2 or 3 things, if you're never going to fix it, if it's never going to change, then it's going to get to the point of like, I can't work with it. But I've noticed a lot of times when it comes to dating that women have not experienced the women like me. And I'm not saying that to be cocky or things of that nature. Like, as far as how much I care about my health and my healing, a lot of women that I have dated a lot of toxic people. And not only were the people that they dated were toxic, they were okay with being toxic, versus I have toxicness in me, or I know my toxic traits and I want to do something about them. I don't want to stay this toxic person. I don't want to be with someone that brings that toxicity out of me. I want to have happiness and peace, and I don't want us to be in turmoil all the time. And a lot of women that I have dated have not experienced that. They've only dealt with toxic, only got to be toxic. So when I'm requiring healthy things like communication and loyalty and commitment and kindness and things of that nature, they were able to get away with that scot-free in relationships because their partner wasn't kind to them. Their partner wasn't that committed to them, didn't talk to them in respectful manners and things of that nature. And I'm going to require those things. So with any negative trait, obviously that takes time to get out of. Like with my toxic traits, I still have some, don't get me wrong, but with my toxic traits that I'm better at, I obviously wasn't good at that until I did therapy, and still I started practicing and things of that nature. So I am willing to work with people, and I'm willing to work through certain things. But again, there has to be some type of progress. And that's one of my issues in dating sometimes, is I can see an issue or a problem and I'm being vocal towards you about it. And I'm saying I don't like how that makes me feel. I don't feel like that's conducive for our relationship. I think that is very hurtful. And if you are still wanting to argue me down about why my feelings shouldn't be hurt, or why you should get to do a certain action that hurts my feelings, there's obviously not going to be progress towards that, okay? Count one. Or if you are accepting and wanting to take accountability and you want to change, and then you say you're going to fix it, but then for the next 30 to 60 days, you're still acting like that, you're still doing that behavior, obviously there's no progress to that. And that sucks, because I think I am a person, and anybody that has dated me can correct me if I'm wrong, but I move with a sense of urgency, because at all times I want my person to feel like I still like them, I still care about them, I still want them. So when we are in our happy moments, our sad moments, our mad moments, you still deserve to feel like your partner wants you, cares about you, needs you, all of the things, right? So when it comes to my person being vocal about the things that they don't like that I do, or how I act, or what I say, I'm willing to listen. Well, number one, I'm not going to argue you down. Number two, I'm not going to cut you off. Number three, I'm not going to belittle you. Number four, I'm not going to gaslight you. All of the things that are actively done to me, I'm not going to do you like that. I'm going to sit still. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to take it in. I'm going to get past my feelings on, whatever the issue is, because obviously you're telling me because it's important to you, it means something to you, and therefore it means something to me. So if you tell me, I don't like when you say so-and-so, you say it every week, or you say it all the time, and it just really hurts my feelings, or it makes me feel some type of way. It just takes me that one time you being vocal about your feelings to me for me to never do it again. I am always conscious of, this is what she said and this is how it makes her feel. Let me not do that to her. It's not going to take me 30 days to stop saying that to you. It's not going to take me 22 more times and it accidentally almost slips out my mouth. I am making a conscious effort, considering you and considering your feelings all the time. And I'm going to figure out a new way to say it, or whatever the case may be, to where I'm not being harmful to you. So again, I'm paying attention to the physical attraction. I'm paying attention to the exterior, things that I can work with, your personality traits, your habits. Like, there are some habits that people do that I know that I cannot handle. I've experienced it in partnerships. It just did not make me feel good. For example, I dated somebody that was in the party scene. She was an entertainer, so she had to go to nightclubs every week and perform and do this and do that. I've lived through that. I cannot experience that again. I cannot experience having trust issues because my person is not properly communicating. I cannot experience my person doing God knows what, who knows what, till all types of times of the night, and yada yada yada. There's just certain things that I've experienced that I know that I don't want to experience again. And again, that all comes down to knowing what you want is a blessing and a curse. Everybody is not the same, but a lot of people have the same patterns, the same tendencies. And so if I've already experienced something and I lived through something and I know it doesn't go well for me, I'm not setting myself up for that. So yes, you are a new person, and maybe you're not a cheater like my ex or whatever the case may be, but those type of patterns that you do are still going to be triggering to me. I still have my own life and my own experiences that affect how I move and how I think and how I feel, and unfortunately those are things that I cannot wipe or erase or take away. It causes me to move more cautious and be more vigilant and things of that nature. I would love to be like, you have a clean slate, which in hindsight, you do have a clean slate. You do have an opportunity to show me different. But if there are things that are triggering me and I'm bringing those triggers to you, and there's not a way that we can console it, and there's not a way that we can work together to where I'm not getting triggered, then it's just not gonna work for me. So after I've figured out, if your physical qualities are things that I enjoy, are appealing to me, are appealing to my eye, I go off of feeling. I go off of listening to you. I go off of watching your actions. It's a feeling-based thing as well, of how I know if I'm gonna take somebody seriously or not. You can kind of tell when somebody's here for a good time, not a long time. You can tell when someone is telling you all day long, I want to be married, I want to have a wife, I want to have a wife. But they hate commitment. They haven't been somebody's girlfriend in over 10 years. They like doing what they want. Their communication is off. They do single people traits all day long. It's not giving, you're preparing yourself to be in a commitment. That's something that's really on your mind and you want to do in this point in time right now. You do want to be married. You do want to have a life. You do want to have a wife. You want to have all of those things. But you didn't say that they were so off into the future that I'm never going to see those things with you. So I feel like also it is a feeling-based thing. I usually know when I am talking to someone of certain feeling that I'm receiving from them. Like, wow, she might be somebody of interest. She might be worth trying something new with. She might be worth my time and energy. So when I'm starting to feel all of those things and everything is starting to align, I'm just like, okay, let me start being more serious. Let me start being more intentional. And again, I'm already usually intentional from the beginning. As a person that truly dates intentionally, there's only certain moments where I'm dating just for fun, or I'm just, whatever the case may be, I just so happen to get myself in a situation. But 9 times out of 10, I am intentional. And even for those circumstances, there's still intentional things that I do. So when I have those feelings from you, when I feel like we align, then I start putting you into my life more. I start wanting to spend more time with you. I start wanting to do things together that you would enjoy. I start planning things for you. I start doing surprises for you. Again, my number one mission is to make you feel that you are cared about, that you are genuinely thought of, that I want you to like it here, that I want you to reciprocate those things, I want you to show me those things, and we possibly have those same type of feelings with each other. So I guess I could talk about some of the personality traits that are super important to me. Having a good humor is super important to me. I like there to be a good balance of both, because I feel like I'm a good balance of both. I love to joke, I love to laugh, if you've been around the block with me a couple of times, if you have me on other social media, like, I like the joke, I like the laugh, but I think there is a time and a place for everything. Like, making jokes to me when we're sitting in the middle of church and the pastor is praying, that's not appropriate. Making jokes to me and we are at the hospital visiting somebody on their deathbed is not appropriate to me. So again, I feel like there is a time and a place for everything. So I don't usually do well with people that are super goofy. Like, you can't take nothing seriously. We literally have to laugh at everything. Okay. Loyalty to me is a super important personality trait because that just helps me in my ability to figure out if I can trust you or not. If I cannot trust you, we aren't going to be able to do anything. And again, I am a person that does long distance. And there's a lot of trust that has to go into long distance. And I've talked to people that haven't done long distance before, and one of their main issues is they don't trust not seeing their person and being around their person and their person doing things behind their back. And I can understand. And you know, that's an interesting discourse and an interesting dialogue, but I would just be flat out honest and say this: if somebody is going to do something to you in front of your face, behind your back, stab you in the back, they're gonna do it to you regardless, baby. Whether you are up the street 2,000 miles away, where there is a will, there is a way. How many people that are married that sleep in the same bed every night are out cheating on each other? So I don't like the fact that distance discourages people in the way of like, oh, they're gonna cheat on me, I need to lay eyes on them every night, and da-da-da. If they gonna do something to you, they're gonna do something to you regardless. That's never been a super big issue for me, and I haven't always been a super secure person. I still struggle with like insecurities of like, am I enough for her? Am I pretty enough for her? Would she do these type of things to me? Like, I still struggle with that on and off, but 9 times out of 10 I'm only struggling with that if that person is doing things that would cause me to act like that would cause those type of feelings out of me. I'm not initially dating somebody halfway across the world and my first thought is, oh, they didn't answer the phone, they laid up with somebody right now. Oh, they didn't answer the phone, they is having sex with somebody right. Like, those are my initial thoughts. My initial thoughts are like, are they okay? Did something happen to them? And again, I don't start thinking to myself, this person is doing something behind my back, until there's like weird things happening or things that make you wonder. They start acting questionable, they start changing their patterns and habits. And again, if somebody's gonna do something, they're gonna do something regardless. So loyalty is super important to me because that helps me trust you. I need to be able to know that you are out there in the world and you are not embarrassing my name. If I am taking you seriously, you get me to like you, fall for you, be all about you, I'm expecting that in return. So there needs to be some type of loyalty. I need to be able to say to myself, even when this woman is mad at me, I know she's not gonna go do nothing crazy behind my back. Even when she is on vacation with her friends, I know she's not gonna get led astray, and next thing you know, she's bringing another woman to her hotel room. There has to be some type of loyalty for me to want to make things work with you. I have to see your transparency. I have to see your honesty. Again, if you are upset with me today, I'd rather you be honest with me that you're upset with me and tell me what you're upset about, versus you holding this grudge and being passive and having this attitude with me the whole day, and I'm feeling the energy and you're refusing to tell me what the issue is. Hell, even if you stop liking me, you know what? I just don't think this is gonna work for me anymore. I enjoyed our time together, or I didn't enjoy our time together whatsoever, but I'm out of here. So your level of transparency and honesty is super important to me. Your kindness is important to me. We already live in such a turmoil-filled world. Your person should bring you some type of peace. I had a bad day today, and I know the one person that I can count on is my woman. She's gonna do something kind, whether it be a kind gesture, kind words. When we are upset with each other, she's not going to do unkind things that'll make it worse. When she's having bad things happening in her life, she's not gonna handle it so badly to the point where she's gonna start taking it out on me. Kindness is super, super important to me. As a person who has been in abusive relationships, mentally and physically, kindness is always going to be important to me. Are you belittling me? Are you talking down to me? Are you always making jokes that are picking at me and making fun of me? Is your tone switching with me often? Are you just being harsh altogether and super aggressive? Like, those are all triggering things to me and things that I can't get past. Romance is important to me. I deserve to feel special. And I'm a romantic person. Hopeless romantic person at that. Like, I've always loved the little old school, old English, almost Shakespearean type books and movies and love letters. Like, I used to always say, I want to learn to do calligraphy, and I want my person to learn to do calligraphy, and we write each other letters. Like, that's important to me. I already like writing letters to my person. I like sending stuff in the mail and seeing your personal thoughts and your feelings, and you have your scent on the paper, or you're saying all of these kind things towards me, and we're just communicating freely with each other. I do want to come home to a nice cooked meal, and you ran me a bath, or whatever the case may be. And again, all the things that I ask for, I can reciprocate. These are things that I've done in my lifetime. These are things that I still plan on doing for my future person. Gifts is my number one love language, and I love receiving gifts, but I also love giving gifts. I love being a thoughtful gift giver. I love being able to pay attention to my person and be like, you know, she told me that she had been wanting this. Why not get it for her? How can I go to the store and see your favorite thing and not bring it home to give you? Like, I love going round for round and trick for trick, and who could be more considerate of who. And 9 times out of 10, I'm trying to do it in a romantic way. Respectfulness is super important to me. I just feel like a person that respects you won't talk to you a certain way, won't do certain actions to you. And that's super important to me because, again, I'm going to be respectful towards you. In the midst of conflict, I am never yelling at my person and cussing my person out. That's not respectful at all. That just makes the situation 10 times worse. I want us to fix it. I want us to get over it. So I want to be able to listen to you. I don't want you to be defensive. I don't want you to shut down. So I'm not going to do things that would trigger that type of response out of you. So when we are in the midst of conflict, if I need time to reflect and process, I'm going to ask you for some time and let me come back to it. If I did my processing time and I'm ready to come back and talk, I'm talking to you in a calm manner how I'm talking to y'all right now. I'm not going to be petty and say hurtful things to you. I don't want to do the tit for tat thing unless you're asking me certain questions like, how did I do this, or when did I do this, and you're needing examples. Okay, cool. But the whole little, well, you just told me you was mad at me because I didn't wash the dishes. Well, you know, the other day you didn't take out the trash, and that made me mad too. Well, 2 weeks ago you didn't wash the car. Well, 3 weeks ago you didn't iron the clothes. Like, I'm not doing the back and forth tit for tat, tit for tat. I'm being conscious of how I'm saying things to you. In certain words you don't like, in certain ways you don't want to be made to feel. I'm being conscious and considering you and all of that. So I'm having respect for you. I'm having respect for your feelings. I'm holding space for you. I want that. Thank you. There's just so many qualities that I look for in a person. I want you to have goals. I want you to have ambitions. I want you to take care of yourself mentally, physically. I've experienced poverty in my life, so someone that is not good with their money, you're living paycheck to paycheck. You are always broke. You never have any money to just buy you something nice every once in a while. You don't travel. You can't go anywhere. Like, that's not a life that I want to live as an adult. I've lived it as a child. So people that don't have good finances or good money management, you're always in debt. You don't know how to budget well, but yet you always have the newest Jordans. You're behind on your bills, but you just went on a girls trip, a bros trip. You're borderline about to be evicted. You're still having to ask your mama and your family for funds. I'm behind on this bill, or I overdrafted, or whatever the case may be. That's not gonna work for me. I need a grown woman doing grown things taking care of grown women business. What I have, you need to match. If I have my own home, you need to have your own home. If I have my own car, you need to have your own car. If I have a job, you need to have a job. If I have this, you need to have, like, you need to be matching me. I would like to have an equally yoked partner in all realms. And you would think that would be easy enough to do in a world full of adults, but it's not. I am constantly getting matched in unequalness all the time. It ain't easy being cheesy, baby, okay? So yeah, that's usually how it starts for me. Someone's usually DMing me. I'm seeing what they're talking about. Like, are you actually asking me real questions to get to know me? You just what you doing me to death all day long? Or all you can do is tell me how pretty I am and you bet I look real good without my clothes off. Like, all right, you don't have the depth, okay, can't do you. You only want my body, okay, can't do you. It doesn't seem like you're that mature, okay, can't do you. Doesn't seem like you have anything going for yourself, okay, can't do you. Like, I'm paying attention to every single thing about you, because we could do it all day long about don't be judgmental and you can't judge people and nobody's better than anybody, and all of these things are true. Do not get me wrong, but you still have to make discerning decisions on what works for you and what does not work for you. You should not be in a space where you are settling. You should not be in a space where you're not getting your needs met. You should not be in a space where you're constantly getting hurt by somebody. So yes, you need to judge how that woman treats you and what she does when she gets off work and the type of friends that she has and how she cares about herself and how she shows up for herself. All of those things you do need to be judging, and don't feel bad about it whatsoever. Everybody is going through things. Everyone has certain life experiences, and you just can't afford to just sit down and die and just take it. If that person has been that hurt to the point where they will never move on, and if they do, it'll be on y'all deathbeds, why do you have to stay and deal with that? Love is not always enough. So these are just some of my thoughts and my judgment calls that I make on a daily when I am dealing with somebody, when I'm trying to put my life together with somebody, because being with the wrong person can ruin your life. Being with the wrong person can ruin your mental state. Being with the wrong person can ruin your finances. Being with the wrong person can just make life such a miserable experience. And life is too short to be miserable. So let me know, how do you know when you should start taking somebody seriously? What are some of the things that you think about? What are some of the red flags or the green flags that you're looking for? Let me know in the comment section. Enjoy. Have an amazing day.